Diencephalon. So the diencephalon is kind of right above, that's your brainstem, that's your cerebellum. It's kind of like right here, like in this region.
Okay, so
it's
like
where it's located.
mammillary bodies?
A little bit, like right around that region. Sometimes though, they depict it as like right here. But just know it's more kind of towards your brainstem.
Okay.
But it's going to be divided up into 3 separate structures. The first structure is your epithalamus.
Oh, it's all the thalamuses, right?
Yep.
Okay.
Now do you remember kind of going through it?
I just remember that part.
Okay. Epithalamus, thalamus, and then below the thalamus is your hypothalamus. So 3 structures make up your diencephalon.
Okay. And why is the diencephalon grouped like that?
Kind of, it's the region of the 3 structures. So let's say.
It doesn't have to do with function?
Not really, just more the name.
Okay.
Because they all have very different functions under each one.
Right.
So kind of epithalamus is up here, thalamus, and then like hypothalamus is down there. And they kind of group all 3 of these to be your diencephalon.
Okay.
That's why it's kind of like this region, because they're kind of spaced out a little. Under epithalamus, you can kind of just put 2 different points. One of them is your pineal gland, or your pineal body. Whatever professor you have might call it a little different. Your body, and then your habenula.
And I'll need to know this?
Yeah, this is pretty important.
Okay.
And really interesting too. The diencephalon for me, I think, is one of the most interesting kind of regions of the brain than any of the other ones. So the pineal body is going to secrete what we call melatonin. Do you know anyone that takes melatonin? What it makes them do?
What?
Do you know about melatonin?
Yes, it's sleepy.
Yep. So this will do 3 things.
Circadian rhythm stuff.
Yep. So we'll just put makes you fall asleep. It also is going to delay the onset of puberty. Delays onset. Notice it's the onset of puberty. So it doesn't mean if you're already going through puberty or have already gone through it, it's not like you're going to reverse somehow.
Yeah.
It's just the onset. And then also, your pineal body will give you antioxidants. Or antioxidants. Which is good because that prevents cancer. Okay, so this is you. Just kidding, this isn't you. This is a 9-year-old boy. Or girl. We'll do a girl. Has she gone through puberty yet? 9 years old?
Hopefully not.
Nope. So let's say that this girl, her parents give her melatonin every single night before bed. Okay, her body's naturally already making it right. It's a natural drug in our body. Every single night because she never wants to go to bed. So to make it easier, they always give her melatonin.
Yeah.
What is this going to do for this girl?
Are we taking into account that her body might modulate the amount of melatonin she's secreting due to the increased intake of it?
So she'll have more. Her body will still make the same amount.
Okay. So she's going to be like 20 and then hit puberty.
Exactly. So if she's really going to delay it, let's say 19 years old, that's when she's going to start going through puberty. That's a pretty drastic example, but the other problem that they're seeing with this generation and few generations, kind of like just this generation and the last one, is that kids,
cell phones.
Cell phones, exactly. So they are laying in bed, and melatonin's only secreted from the pineal body when it's dark outside.
Mm-hmm.
Okay? But if you're laying in bed and for 2 hours before actually falling asleep, you're not secreting melatonin.
Yeah, that can add up.
Mm-hmm.
Which is funny.
So then, would kids now be going to puberty earlier or later?
Later.
Later. Or wait, earlier.
Earlier.
Uh-huh. It's kind of a double negative, so it's hard to, everyone always says that, and I always get tricked up too. So it's going to delay the onset. If you're not doing it, then there's no delay. And the puberty range actually has increased quite a bit. I don't know the exact numbers, but it's something like, I don't know, let's say it used to be 15 through 17.
Yeah.
Now it's like 13 to 15. I don't know if it's that drastic, but there's definitely a big gap.
Yeah.
From what it used to be. So that's your pineal body. So you shouldn't let 9-year-olds stay up all night on their video games, on their phones, because then they'll go into puberty real quick.
Yeah.
That's not good. But your habenula is going to take olfactory smells, so olfactory, which is smell, into memories.
Mm-hmm.
So the way I remember it is my friend Ben was telling me a really funny joke. So I'm about to be like, ha, Ben, you are so funny. But all of a sudden, I stop mid-sentence and go into La La Land. Why? Because I'm like, ha, Ben, you. I smell, and also I smell the cologne of a guy that just walked by. And it brings me back to my ex-boyfriend. So then I start thinking about my ex-boyfriend, right? Habenula. That's exactly what it does.
Nice.
You smell something and you think of another memory. So, ha, then you are, and then La La Land. So maybe your grandma's pie, you're walking through the crossroads. Or maybe for you, since you do Mexican food on 4th of July, maybe you do that last 4th of July too, so now every time you smell Mexican food, you're like, ah, 4th of July,
America.
that was America, that was a good year. Same thing, that would be your habenula. Who's in charge of that? Thank you, habenula. You know like how people's houses have certain smells?
Mm-hmm.
You know, like when you smell that, you're like, wait, that smells like, I don't know, the Smith's house or whatever. Same thing.